good to go now. We should be good to go now. Let's see, we got the Twitch one pulled up here. Get exit out of the YouTube one. I think it should be good to go. Yeah, so here we are. Now, one thing I need to do is let me turn my display capture off real quick. You guys can still see my face cam. There's just one thing I have to do, and that is fix my thumbnail on this video. Just because the way it streams, since I'm streaming both on Twitch and on YouTube, so it's a little. All right, so there we go. I'll put that right there. Yeah, I just want to upload a thumbnail. That way it's a little bit easier for everybody to find. There we go. And what errors are on here? No, it's not made for kids. All right. So now we should have like an actual thumbnail here on the YouTube live. Just want to make sure I'm heard. So now we should have like an actual thumbnail. Okay, cool. Whenever it saves. So I just went and tried to go live. Changes saved, so I should be able to exit out of this now. I want to make sure it does actually save. Well, it says it's saved. Sorry guys, just 1 second. I'm trying to figure all this out. And then Twitch, I'll occasionally have to look over here at make sure Twitch isn't buffering. It should be good to go. Everything is moving kind of slow though. I don't think my little laptop is really meant to withstand this dual streaming here with Restream. Just want to make sure that like a thumbnail pops up here. Yeah, like it has that there's a thumbnail on here, but it's not popping up on my end yet. So we will just have to go on with the video here. I want to make sure we're still able to hear me well. Able to hear me well? All right, check, 1 2 1 2. All right, check 1 2 1 2. All right, let me turn this down on my phone here. Set my thing up. And then I want live chat on so that I can see. All right. Now I can go on here, show you my display capture, because what today's live stream is going to be is it is going to be my 2023-2024 NFL season predictions. And I don't want this to be super long, but I also want to make sure that I make this interesting for you guys. Another thing too, I want to make sure that I'm not going live for longer than like an hour. Let's see, does Twitch tell me how long I've been live? Yeah, it does right there. Okay, so I've been live for 4 minutes already, so it's time to get to business here. So here we go. We are going to start here. We're on the Playoff Predictors website here, and we're going to go through here and kind of predict the schedule. And yeah, I got to figure out how am I supposed to advance to the next week. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. And I'm not looking to predict every game exactly correct, but I am looking to try and get accurate records and division records. So Starting it off here, we got the Colts and Jags. The Colts are a team that is very interesting, and they're going to have, I think, a fun season with Anthony Richardson, but he's still going to be very, very young rookie who's going to probably go through some growing pains. You got Trevor Lawrence, who's experienced. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags on the road will win that game, in my opinion. And then you got the Bengals and Browns. At home, the Browns are. I can honestly see this game being closer than people want to give it credit for. I do think the Bengals, it could be rough because I think Joe Burrow actually might miss some time early on in the year. So it could be, that the Browns come away with a week 1 victory against the Bengals, and I'm going to give it to them. And then you got Texans and Ravens. I think that the Texans could be one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Ravens, if Lamar Jackson puts together an entire season, they could be pretty good. Then you have, got to X out of these ads here. I don't have any of the ad blockers or anything like that. Okay, now you got the Broncos and Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders. Jimmy G on the road. I get it. You probably want to go with the Broncos because they're at home. I just don't really have any faith. New head coach and Sean Payton. Russell Wilson, I just don't think is that good of a quarterback. So I got the Raiders winning that one. Dolphins and Chargers. I think the Chargers win at home. And then you got Jets and Bills. I got the Jets winning at home against the Buffalo Bills. Here we go. In the very first game of the season, it's the Chiefs and Lions. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs. I'm a fan of the Lions. That's not my team, but I'm a fan of what they got going on. So, I would love to pick them, but Chiefs at home in primetime, first game of the season, it's going to be the Chiefs all the way. Here's probably my most intriguing matchup of the week. You see I'm repping the Steelers jersey. Niners versus Steelers. I think the Steelers defense comes away with a week 1 victory. The Steelers have played 2 tough teams back-to-back years to start the season off, and they've won both those games. So I do got the Steelers winning that game. Then you got the Titans and Saints. I'm going to give this one to the Saints at home with Derek Carr. And then Eagles-Patriots. Got the Eagles winning that one on the road. Over here in the NFC, I do have the Commanders beating the Cardinals. This is a battle of very bad teams. Okay. And then you have the Panthers and the Falcons. I'm going to give this one to the Falcons at home against a rookie quarterback. I'm not going to give any rookies really any credit yet. And then you have Vikings, Bucks. I do have the Vikings winning that one. Bears and Packers. I still think the Bears are a bad team. The Packers with Jordan Love are going to win this game on the road. And then down here, Rams and Seahawks. I'm going to give this to the Seahawks. Cowboys, Giants. I'm giving it to the Giants. So that's week 1. So now we can go ahead and go to the second week. I kind of want to talk about each team a little bit as we go along, but I don't want to get too caught up into talking about each team. All right, here's Jags and Chiefs. I think the Jags are going to be a really good team this year. They're in a weak division. I got them winning at home here. And then I do have the Bengals bouncing back, winning against the Ravens. I have the Bills beating the Raiders here. And then I have the Titans winning at home against the Chargers. It's kind of, a rough matchup there. Then I have the Colts going on the road to beat the Texans. And then Patriots, Dolphins. I do have the Dolphins winning that game, which will push the Patriots now to 0-2. As you can see, the division standings, I'll scroll down and show you guys those occasionally. And then Browns, Steelers. I got Steelers winning at home to move to 2-0. Jets and Cowboys. I'm going to take the Jets. That would push the Cowboys now to 0-2. And you got Broncos and Commanders. I will give it to the Broncos. Vikings and Eagles. I got the Eagles winning this one. And then you got the Bears, Buccaneers. I'm going to give it to Baker Mayfield at home. Packers and Falcons. I got the Packers winning this one on the road. I think the Packers now have won back-to-back on the road games to start the season. So, Lions, Seahawks. I got Lions. Niners beating the Rams. Giants beating the Cardinals. And I got the Panthers beating the Saints. So that's it for week 2. Like I said, we're going to start to really speed through this here. And kind of keep an eye on these divisions here. As you have Titans and Browns, I'm going to give it to the Titans here on the road. And then I'm going to give this to the Jags. The Jags are going to start off 3-0 to start the year. I don't know how accurate that's truly going to be, but that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to see, can I go full screen here? Is there a way that I can do that? I know there's got to be a way that I can just show the screen, right? Oh my gosh. I hope that did not ruin my progress. I don't even know. What did it do? Did it ruin my progress? Okay, I'm still here on week 2, so that's good at least. Okay, so it took me back a little bit. Panthers, we had one in that game. Everything else should be the same. So I'm not going to screw around with it because obviously I don't know what I'm doing. Let's head to week 3. Remember, I had the Titans winning that one. Jags going to 3-0. And then here I got the Ravens winning. I got the Dolphins winning. I got the Jets winning. So the Jets moving to 3-0. You know, we'll see if that is actually truly what happens as the season goes on. Over here on Twitch, just checking it real quick. We've been live for 10 minutes. All right, now we can advance. Raiders and Steelers in prime time. I don't want to seem biased. It's going to come across as biased, but I'm going to take the Steelers on the road to move to 3-0. Like I said, it's going to come across that way. I don't want it to come across that way. I just think the Steelers team is better than people are going to be giving them credit for. So that's my justification. I'm going to have the Bills winning this one. I'm going to have the Vikings winning another one and going to 2-1. I thought I had them at 3-0. Maybe I'm wrong. Chiefs beating the Bears. Bengals beating the Chargers. Then I'm going to have the Niners winning this game. I'm going to have the Lions winning. And then I'm going to have the Saints winning on the road. I'm going to have the Panthers winning on the road to move the Seahawks to, what would they be now? 1-2. And then I'm going to have the Cowboys winning, and I'm going to have the Eagles winning. So looking at the standings through 3 weeks, we do have 4 teams who are undefeated. I know I didn't have the Chiefs lose in this week. Did I? How would the Chiefs be 2-1? Here we are on week 2. Oh, yeah, I think I took the Jags. Yeah, I took the Jags in that. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next week. We're already through week 3. We just need to go to week 4. All right. Dolphins and Bills. I'm going to have the Bills winning this game. Ravens and Browns. I'm going to have the Browns win. Steelers and Texans. I got the Steelers winning on the road against a weak team, a weak opponent. Bengals and Titans. I got the Bengals winning that game. Raiders and Chargers. I'm going to have the Chargers winning. I'm going to have the Jets beating the Chiefs. I think the Jets are going to be a good team. I've been watching Hard Knocks. I have more faith in what Aaron Rodgers can do as a starting quarterback. As the starting quarterback for the Jets. So, maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, whatever. I'm going to have the Falcons winning on the road in London, kind of giving the Jags their very first loss on the year. If you're wondering why I'm rotated weird, is because I have to use the mouse on my keyboard, on my laptop. I can't use my other mouse because I don't have enough slots to plug it in at. I wish it was Bluetooth. It is not. Colts and Rams. I'm going to have the Rams win this game, moving the Colts to 1-3. And I think that might be the Rams' first win. It is their very first win. And then Bears and Broncos. I got the Bears winning this game. Team that I really, like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in. It is their first win. And then Patriots and Cowboys. I'm going to have to give this to the Cowboys. I wanted to take the Patriots just because the Patriots actually would be moving to 0-4. Interesting. Lions and Packers. I'm going to give this one to the Packers. They moved to 3-1. I'm going to take the Vikings over the Panthers. I'm going to take the Eagles over the Commanders. I'm going to take Bucks over Saints, Niners over Cardinals, and Seahawks over the Giants. So that's through week 4. We'll do week 5, and then we will also look at it again. Jags and Bills. I think the Bills are going to drop their second in a row with the loss to the Jags here. I think the Colts beat the Titans to move the Titans to 2-3. I think this is the Steelers' very first loss. I don't want to say it that this was going to happen, but I think that, it could. Then I will have the Broncos beating the Jets at home to take the Jets down to their very first loss. Dolphins and Giants. I'm going to give it to the Dolphins. Texans and Falcons. That's going to be the Texans' first win. Patriots win this for their first win. Bengals win here. Chiefs and Vikings. I think at this point, the Chiefs would be 2-2. The Vikings are 3-1. I will give it to the Chiefs. Packers and Raiders. I'm going to give it to the Raiders. Bears and Commanders. I'm going to give it to the Commanders. 2-3 they are now. And then we have the Lions and Panthers. I'm going to give it to the Lions. Eagles are going to remain unbeaten. I think they're our only unbeaten team so far. And then Cowboys and Niners, I'm going to give this one to the Niners. All right. There were a couple teams on bye there. Let's do one more, and then we'll look at the standings so far. Broncos and Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs here. And then Ravens and Titans. Where are the Titans at right now? 2-3 versus... Let's go Titans here. Colts and Jags. Got a viewer in here. Just going through and giving my NFL predictions for this upcoming season. So Colts and Jags. I think the Jags bounce back. After losing 2 in a row, they'll bounce back. Patriots and Raiders here. I'm going to go with the Patriots. They win their second in a row. Raiders dropped to 2-4. Patriots are 2-4 as well. Panthers and Dolphins. Let's give this one to the Dolphins here. Seahawks and Bengals. I think the Seahawks win this one on the road. They're fresh off of a bye. You know, that's important. I'm glad that it shows that little slot there. And then Browns versus Niners. I'm going to give this one to the Browns. They're fresh off of a bye as well. And then the Texans versus Saints. I'm going to give this one to the Houston Texans for their second win of the season. And then Eagles, Jets. Jets win this game. So that pushed the Jets to 5-1. And then Giants and Bills. I'm going to give this one to... the Giants. And then Cowboys and Chargers. I'm going to give this one to the Cowboys. The Chargers at this point would be now down to 2-3. And then Commanders and Falcons. I'm going to give this one to the Commanders for their third win. So they're actually competing. They're 3-3. Falcons would drop to 2-4. I think the Commanders could be a pretty decent team. Buccaneers and Lions. I'm going to give this one to the Lions. They bounce back 4-2. Vikings and Bears. I'm going to give this one to the Vikings. And then Cardinals and Rams. Cardinals are not going to go winless. So that is 6 weeks into the season. And now I think it's a good time to look at the standings. Here in the AFC East, you have the Jets at 5-1, Bills 4-2, Dolphins 4-2, and the Patriots 2-4. Steelers in the AFC North are 4-1, Bengals 4-2, Browns 3-2, and the Ravens 3-3. In the AFC South, you have the Jags are 4-2, Titans 3-3, Colts 2-4, Texans 2-4. In the AFC West, you have Chiefs 4-2, Chargers 2-3, Raiders 2-4, and Broncos 2-4. Looking at the NFC East, you have the Eagles 5-1, Giants 3-3, Commanders 3-3, and the Cowboys 3-3. In the West, you have the Niners 4-2, the Seahawks 3-2, Cardinals 1-5, Rams 1-5. Weak division there. In the North, you have the Vikings 4-2, Lions 4-2, Packers 3-2, and the Bears 1-5. And then in the South, you have the Buccaneers 2-3, Falcons 2-4. This is a very weak division right here. Panthers 2-4 and Saints 2-4. So let's continue on. I'm going to have the Bills losing to the Patriots. You know, Bill Belichick's not going to allow this Patriots team to suck. So that moved the Bills to 4-3, and that makes it kind of interesting for them and what it looks like for them. Browns and Colts. I'm going to give this one to the Colts. They moved to 3-4. I think they could be a really solid team. As a matter of fact, I'm giving this one to the Browns because I don't think the Colts actually are going to be a good team because they may trade Jonathan Taylor. So that would make things very interesting. The Chargers we just spoke of have been struggling. I think that they win on the road. They need to win. This is almost kind of a must-win situation for them if that was the scenario. And then I'm going to give this one to the Saints at home. And then Lions, Ravens. I'm going to give this one to... I'm going to give it to the Ravens. Raiders and Bears. I think the Raiders, they started off pretty well. They're going to start to fizzle out. I'm going to give the Bears the victory. And then we are. The Steelers would be coming off of a bye here to play the Rams. I think this is a trap game for the Steelers. I'm going to give it to the Rams. And that would give the Rams their second win as well. Packers and Broncos. Dolphins, Eagles. I'm going to give this one to the Eagles because at this point, Tua is probably going to be out with a concussion for the third time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to give it to the Eagles. I'm going to give this one to the Buccaneers. I'm going to give this one to the Giants. I'm going to give it to the Seahawks. And then I'm going to give it to... the Niners on the road. Let's continue on. Steelers will lose on the road here. That's bad. They're now down to 4-3. They were 4-1, now to 4-3. And then I'm going to give this one to the Patriots. 4 in a row, I think is what it is at this point. And then Broncos, Chiefs. Chiefs are going to win this one. Bills. And then I'm going to give it to the Carolina Panthers. New York Jets. What is their record? They're 5-1 at this point. I'm going to give it to the boys in blue. Battle of New York there. Giants technically will have the home locker room in this one. Colts and Saints. I'm going to give it to the Saints. Titans and Falcons. Somebody's got to win the South, the AFC South. I think the Titans make it very competitive, come away with a victory. Browns and Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks. Ravens and Cardinals. I'm going to go Ravens. Bengals and Niners. I'm going to go Niners. I think the Niners are probably one of the best teams in the NFL this season. Bears and Chargers. Chargers win this one, move to 4-3. Going on a little bit of a run now. And then Raiders, Lions. I'm going to give this one to the Lions. Over here in the NFC, Eagles and Commanders. Eagles drop this one. And then Packers, Vikings. Let's make things interesting. Let's go Packers. And then Cowboys come away with that victory there to move to 4-3. I think right now I'm happy with the way the division standings are going so far. Everybody's kind of hitting their hitting about the halfway point. Ooh, what the heck just happened? Okay, we need to go to this. All right, here we go. Steelers bounce back, beat the Titans. Chiefs and Dolphins in Germany. I'm going to go Chiefs. Bengals and Bills. I think that you have to go Bengals here because they're 4-3. So it's not very likely that they continue to struggle. I'm going to go Jets at home. So every team is one that's supposed to be at home. Over here, Patriots and Commanders. Patriots win again. Making a push. They're going to because they have Bill Belichick as head coach. They're going to make a push. They're going to be a tough team. Cardinals and Browns. What's the Browns record right now? 4-3. The Cardinals would only have one win at this point, and I'm going to give them their second. Ravens and Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks. No, actually, I don't think I could do that. I'm going to go Ravens just because I don't think the Seahawks can be 6-2. Now I put the Ravens in first place in the AFC North at 6-3. Texans and Buccaneers. I'm going to go Texans. I think the Texans are a much improved team this season. 3 might be the cap for them, though. Colts and Panthers. I'm going Colts. Raiders and Giants. I'm going to go Raiders here. Falcons and Vikings. Vikings on the road. Bears and Saints. I'm going to go Bears on the road. And then I'm going to give this one to the Packers. And then I'm going to have the Eagles winning this one. Could look at standings here in just a little bit here. As we move on, Ravens with the victory. Bengals and Texans. Going to go Bengals. Patriots, Colts. I'm going to give this one to the Colts. Jets, Raiders. I'm going to give it to the Jets. No, actually, Monday night. Actually, I guess it would technically be Sunday night football because where I'm located. Raiders get the victory at home. Bills and Broncos. I'm going to go Bills. What is the Broncos record? 3-6. I think it's pretty accurate. Niners and Jags. I think Jacksonville's had kind of a rough little bit of game to this point. So I'm going to go Jags. I'm going to go Titans on the road. I'm going to go Steelers at home against the Packers. I think that's fair. Then you have the Lions and Chargers. I'm going to go Chargers at home. I'm going to go Lions because the Lions will be coming off of a bye. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. And then Bears and Panthers. I'm going to go Bears. I'm going to go Vikings. I'm going to go Falcons here, which that would push them only to 3-7. And then I am going to go with the Cowboys, and I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, once we hit like week 12, we'll reassess, look at the standings. Here we are, big game here, Thursday Night Football. I'm going to go Ravens at home to move them to 8-3 and in first place in the AFC North. And then I'm going to give a victory here to the Miami Dolphins, who kind of had a little bit of rough stretch. Steelers, I don't think they lose to the Browns this season, so they moved to 7-3. Titans and Jags. I'm going to go Jags, and I'm going to go Bills over here, as the Bills are now in first place after the Jets lose 2 games in a row. Texans and Cardinals. I'm going to go Texans, which had to push them to 4-6. Not a terrible team. Not a terrible team at all. I'm going to have the Chargers win here against the Packers. They moved to 5-5. Packers 3-0, I'm just noticing. We'll look at it in a second. Broncos and Vikings. Going to go Broncos. Give them that victory. And then Eagles, Chiefs, Super Bowl rematch. I'm going to go Chiefs. Lions and Bears. Give me the Lions. Panthers and Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. Giants and Commanders. I'm going to go Giants. Niners, Bucks, Niners. And then Rams, Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. All right, one more week, and then we'll look at the division standings. And if we have to make adjustments as we go along, we'll do so. Dolphins making a playoff push here. They come away with a victory against the Jets. The Jets lose their 3rd game in a row to move to 6-5. Steelers, Bengals. Bengals at home. Let's make things interesting. Tie. We might see another tie, but I'm going to make that one a tie just to make things interesting. See what happens. See what it shakes up here. Jags and Texans. I'm going to go Jags. Broncos and Browns. I'm going to go Broncos.